All right. Make a motion to open the Owensville Town Council budget meeting on July 15th at 6 p.m.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You would please stand. Behind you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do the roll call real quick. Matt Sheridan.
Here.
Corey Taylor.
Here.
Vanessa Riggs.
Here.
Pedro Ferreira. Dwayne Matzel. Here.
Okay, so the first paper you see in your packet, this is the appropriation report for this year. This is January 1st through June the 30th. This is after I've done bank statements, everything was paid through June the 30th. At the last column is what is left in each appropriation. Your second column where it says current, that is the current budget for each of the appropriation.
So that's what's left, Vanessa, that's what's left for the rest of
The last column here, like, okay, it's like town council salaries here, 39,1468. The town council salaries are just like my salary or Karen's. It comes out of, a third of it comes out of general, a third comes out of water, and a third comes out of sewer. But water and sewer are not in the budget because they are
Yeah,
funding.
okay. But that's the remainder left for 25.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The office equipment is because you had to get laptops?
Pardon?
The office equipment is because you had to get laptops, or?
No, we don't need any, not this year, but I still have to appropriate in case something would happen to them,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And then we'd have to buy them for next year.
Oh, just
What line are you talking about?
office equipment where we're negative 1,300.
Oh, okay, yes, and that went through and I've done it. I transferred money into that, but it wasn't until July 1st, so
Oh.
that's the reason that is got a negative thing.
I got it.
Because it won't show up. July, if I would run this report through, July 30th, it would show the transfer.
So does more need to be budgeted for that, since it was only currently budgeted for 500?
That was,
That's what was that a big that was,
yeah, and it was an unusual purchase. I can't remember exactly what that was. I wanna say it was about the computers when we were having problems and we had to have Parrish come down. So that was some of the money, and I didn't have enough, so that's the reason why it showed in the negative.
okay. Alright, so I see where you're saying about the marshal's salary. With overtime, he's used up 52% of his
Yes,
line item budget.
yes.
Okay. We may need to have a talk with him about
Stevens
making
is
sure.
the same, but his was on account of the schooling.
Right, but he's at 54%, so he's still.
Yeah, he's still good, he's a little over half, but, you know, he would've had more in there, but we were having to pay him for the schooling and everything.
Right, drive time and.
Yeah,
Right. We'll have a discussion with them about keeping an eye on their overtime when it's not necessary.
Yeah. There's not much left for the rest of the year on overtime, is it? 2080. That's a 40-hour week. For the police overtime, I'm sorry.
What kind of restrictions are you on moving money around? Is it within the department, or is it within, like, do you have the access to do whatever you need to do throughout the whole thing?
yeah, through, like, the police here, I can move money around. I try to keep it kinda in the same general area, like, for example, the police uniforms. I try to keep it down, like, I would transfer from miscellaneous supplies, something like that.
But you stay within the department?
Yes,
You don't-
within this department, I do, you cannot take,
Outside
like,
the
from the
department.
clerk treasurer over to the police department,
So it
something
would,
like that,
okay,
yes.
yeah. So we could just turn off the electric down there and let them work in the dark and take that honesties.
Well, we don't pay anything down there.
No, and
Fire department told us no.
they
we
still
don't,
have
okay,
that,
yeah.
they still have that line item there, and
Yeah.
that, with them being down there, they don't pay any bills up here, they used to. So we had left that on there kind of as a cushion in case they would ever come back up here.
I got you.
There's no reimbursing them for any usage of utilities down there?
No,
No, that was a deal that they made when they transferred property over. There was a deal with Darren McClellan, the board president at the time.
but when they used to be up here, like anything with the electric, it had like town council electric, the police department would split that bill with the town council. They would have to pay half, and us pay half. Same way with like, water or gas. So that's kind of a cushion. I leave that money in there in case I
Yeah.
desperately need it to put it someplace else.
I know, trying to think, I think it's been 2 or 3 months. Weren't they talking about something with their radios and
They got new ones.
they got new ones and the cameras and stuff, they got all that done, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And would that, just for my own mind, would that have come out of, radio repair equipment?
That probably came out of,
Maintenance down here at the bottom, is that where it would?
probably the top page of the next one.
Yeah, the police miscellaneous equipment. That's where that stuff comes out of.
Well, there's 3,900 that came out.
Okay.
So what's the year-to-date column on, so specifically on that miscellaneous equipment? the 1480. I was just trying to see how you got down from 7,000. Looks like the only negative is the 3,900, but then your ending balance is only 16.
Let's see, how is that? That is,
Yeah, that's not 52% of 7,000.
what is that?
Yeah, but we transferred 3,900 out.
Yes,
Right, you
Yeah.
took 3,900 out of 7,000, but then there's a positive 1480, so you
Wasn't there
should
something
actually.
wrong with his computer or something?
yes, yes. Yeah, they've
That's not
had
a
a lot of
negative, it's a
computer
positive.
problems.
No,
But,
no, that's an expense line.
okay, hang on.
So if you look at
Okay,
all
we
these others, these are all
transferred
expenses.
39.
So they're gonna be a reduction in
You're
the
right.
current funding, right? It's confusing because transfers is showing a negative.
You're right.
So
Okay.
is that, so actually, so let's clarify that. Is that transfer, that $3,900 transfer, is that into this fund or out of this fund?
No, it would have had to stay into this fund.
It would have been a deposit into this line
So
item,
There's the
Yes.
balance that we should
not
be
a
working
expense,
with.
not a
I don't know
withdrawal
what
from
that
that line item.
1480 is.
Correct,
I would
yes.
think
So-
that
I would,
that's 7,000 from 39 is all that is.
I would have to go and pull
Right, now
that
subtract the 1480,
appropriation
44.
up,
Now subtract the 1480, 44.
Cause we have that.
161956, which
Okay.
is what you got here at the end, yeah. What is that expected year to date? What is that column?
Okay, so no, it is, the negative is pulling it out,
Yes.
because then here we got a positive
Right.
transfer, and that covered the tires, because the expense was over the budget.
Yes.
Okay.
Still in the police here. You got a line item for general insurance and workers' comp, two separate, and then bonding insurance. Are those things that happen at the end of the year, or are they funds in case
Yes,
something
the
happens and
the
they're
general insurance,
out of pocket?
the general insurance is at the end of the year. I have to,
Okay, yeah.
I started to say Rosemeyer, but it's not, McGowan.
Mhm.
They send me a big insurance policy and everything is all broke out. Town council, police and everything.
Mhm.
And so they have got budgeted, so I usually do not touch that money at all because the insurance has been going up a little bit each year.
Mhm.
And then the bonding insurance, that was there when I came. They never have to be, I don't get any type of bonding. I'm the only one that's bonded. But I've always left it there, just
They
in
don't-
case something would come up
They don't
about
have-
it.
They don't pay part of your bonding insurance because you're taking care of their stuff also.
Nope.
Well, I wondered if it was.
No, that, my bonding strictly comes out of the clerk treasurer.
Hmm.
Cause I have, let's see, I have a $30,000 bond is what I have.
So, I don't wanna keep jumping back and forth.
No, you're fine, go ahead.
What are you looking
The overtime,
at? Okay.
explain to me again what we're worried about on overtime. I know our fund is low. That we have 27% left. What are we worried about? Cause it looks like we transferred some out, is that correct? I'm assuming to cover the repair and maintenance.
Yeah, see, there used to not be an overtime line, and I created that at the beginning of this year.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that way we could kinda track it, cause Karen, she does this payroll.
yeah,
So she went in and she has to put these certain codes on Rogers and Stevens
right.
payroll thing.
I'm only concerned
But-
about the transfer.
That was before, let's see that has been,
Was that pulled
That has
out to
been-
go into the salaries?
yes,
Cause it looks like
because
2,500.
when she first, it was after the first of the year, and then I asked her if I, if I had that line item,
Okay.
could she do that? And so we had to pull it up there to get it to come out right.
Oh, yeah, cause you're
Yeah.
2542 and then the
Yeah.
1228 and 1314.
Mhm.
That equals,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it all adds up.
So that was,
Yeah,
that was done
and that
prior
was
to
the
her
Yes, and
understanding.
so that made up, that was their overtime that they had gotten so far. So we took it out
So,
of there so we
yeah.
could see it,
I got you.
yeah.
So she had pulled it out of the normal salary line
Uh-huh,
items
yeah.
prior to knowing that there was an actual line item.
I see.
Mhm.
So now it's been fixed.
That was the
It's
fix.
fixed, uh-huh.
So now, anytime they have overtime, it just comes out of that one.
It will come out of that, yes. We can pull that appropriation number up, and it'll tell us exactly when they got the overtime and how much they got, and,
So right now, on specifically on Roger's budget, so he's at 48%. Trying to think, is that where he should be? Because that budget, I mean, he gets a salary of 62,000.
mhm.
So that one should be the same, that one should never be short,
No.
because that's what we're paying him.
Yeah,
Now, Stevens is gonna be, because he's not to full pay yet. Right?
well, the reason his is lower is because on account of all the schooling he had to go to and we paid.
Right, but so minus that,
Uh-huh.
if you were to take that part out,
Mhm,
in a normal year,
mhm,
because he is not topped out in pay,
mhm,
that number would be much larger right now.
mhm. Yes.
Okay.
yes.
So,
And if it
I guess
comes,
what I'm saying is I'm not so much concerned about the 48.7%, because that's gonna come out right at the end of the year, because he gets the one that I am concerned about, though, is the 27% or $2,000 that we have left in our overtime fund
yeah,
Yeah.
for the rest of the year.
mhm,
Which, like you said, can be appropriated to
yes,
it if we need.
if I see that we're going to, be running short, we can always do an additional appropriation.
Right, and not that I anticipate anything, but I think the first year that we done,
We had to do one, yes.
the first year we done, hourly pay with overtime,
Mhm.
they had an instance where they had to babysit
Yes,
an inmate at the hospital
mhm,
24 hours a day.
yeah. That was
So
what Jason was
Roger
still
and
doing.
Jason were
Mhm,
trading
taking
out.
turns. Mhm.
So we ended up with a lot of overtime on that one. Just,
Yeah.
there are extenuating circumstances
yeah.
that are
Yeah.
gonna catch us,
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
we can ask them to at least try to pay attention to it.
Mhm.
Be aware.
So this is the way you will always do this overtime. You will transfer from the overtime into their regular salary under a
No.
transfer.
No,
No, that was
right
just
now,
a fix.
that was just a fix at the beginning of the
Okay.
year.
So you'll have
Right
overtime.
now, it's got the correct codes on it, so if they ever get any overtime, how it's set up in our payroll system,
It
it
automatically.
will,
Pull this
the
code.
computer calculates how much overtime they've got and everything.
So they'll have a line item for each, one of them on here then, at the end of the year showing what was paid?
No,
No.
it all comes out of just that one.
Okay.
They both pull out of the same overtime bin.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I was just wondering if we would be able to see.
Oh, yeah, we can go in and we can pull Roger's name and
That's a separate
pull
function.
that appropriation, and it'll
Do
tell
we
us how
wanna ask for a
many.
little bit more of a cushion on that?
On the overtime?
Or do we think 10,000 is fine? 2 out of 3 years, we've had to appropriate. I mean, appropriating isn't a big deal for you, we can just do it that way.
No, I can appropriate it, and then I just have to send it in, and they have to approve it, the
Yeah,
state does.
I know.
I guess the
in my
question
other
would
job,
be,
we did 20%.
We probably would need to drill
So
down.
you take their salaries, you take their salaries, you were talking about cushion, you take their salaries and take 20% of that, and that should be a good cushion for your overtime for them, which would be a little bit more than what you've got, but not much. It'd be about 12,000, I think, right?
20% of their annual.
You take
20%
both
of
their-
115.
You take both their annual salaries, add them together, and take 20% of that, and that's usually a good cushion for overtime. That's what we worked with up there.
So you're, I mean, that to me seems like,
It'd be like
quit
18,000,
listening to me.
right?
No,
Seriously.
he's makes 62, right?
It'd be 150, you have to go by 115,000,
115,000.
because that's both of them combined.
Both of them combined, so 20% is about 12,000.
23,000.
And see, if you'd done that, you would have to cut a
Oh,
lot
I'm
of
thinking, I'm
expense
sorry,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
23,000
all of
now.
Some of this other stuff.
Well, and that's just, we're not saying that they could use that.
Yeah,
That we
yeah,
would allow,
yeah.
that we would hope that they would
be
use that
whatever. I'm
much.
doing my math wrong.
We're
sorry.
just saying that,
No, you're fine. It's just
Yeah.
just trying to
Yeah.
find a
trying to make
cushion.
sure we're on,
Yeah.
on the same thing.
But like I said, if you're okay or appropriate,
I
I have no
think-
problem just leaving it alone.
Well,
I mean,
I think we need to, I think this is the first year we've had overtime, right? An overtime line item.
Correct.
I think that we should, maybe we should drill down into what caused that.
what caused it to be so low, you mean?
Well,
At the end.
why did we eat up 72% of overtime in the first 6 months?
Did you say the inmate was this year or last year?
Oh, that was before
That
this.
was before this.
Was he
Well, I
getting
know-
overtime when he was up getting?
Travel time to
When he was going
classes.
in-
Yeah,
when he was going to Indy, it
going
was
to school,
overtime.
A lot of it, yeah, we had to pay Stephen a lot of overtime.
Yeah. The problem is you're gonna get into the holidays,
That's when everybody takes their vacations again.
yeah. And 2080 comes up to be,
How are we on vacation?
Rogers took a lot of days. I don't know exactly how many he has left, but
Now they helped at the other towns' festivals. I know they
but that
helped
should have
us
been, that
some-
should have been paid.
That shouldn't have been paid through
No,
us.
no,
not
they
through
didn't
us.
get
That
it.
should
It
have been-
was.
no, we didn't pay.
Okay. Well. Yeah,
Did they-
I mean,
Did
there's
they
a,
get paid drive time up there
For what?
for his classes? I mean, anytime
Yeah, he
you
did,
go,
he did for for his classes, he did.
He did
Yes.
get paid travel time.
I guess that's more of a different conversation for this year rather than budget, but I think we need to look at, I think this is gonna be difficult with overtime this year because what we're gonna run into is, we need to see the end result. I think this is more of a gauge for us to make sure they don't go beyond that, or we have a contingency plan of where we're gonna pull this money from, because, I mean, we've had a lot of, repair and maintenance is over what we originally budgeted, though we got funding for it, cause it got pulled out of miscellaneous equipment, which is now only half left. So, I mean, there's not much area where we can pull this from if we needed to pull it from.
Yeah.
Right, because
you
all
wouldn't
these-
wanna do the health
All
and-
these
health and life
insurances are gonna be
insurance.
coming out at the end of the year, and we know what those are gonna be,
You
right?
got
What's that?
We know what those are
gasoline.
gonna be, we can't,
At 11,000.
The insurance?
Come
or do we
over
not know
here.
yet?
I
You
will
got
not know
almost
until I get
$8,000
the
left
breakout
in your
in the
gasoline
bill.
budget, so I mean,
But we
We
have
can
an
keep them.
idea based on the previous
Yes.
you
year.
know what I mean?
Does it ever go over it, or do you add?
Yeah, it did this year,
And
that's the reason,
that might be a
on the
place
new
to
But this
budget,
year
I
it's a
have
little
bumped
bit.
it up,
Okay.
yes, I bumped it up some.
So there's a potential that there might be something in there, but we can't guarantee it.
Yeah,
We can't figure that out till it's paid out. And when does that happen?
and
December?
November.
November, so that's,
Mhm.
do we have, are the PTO and vacations coming out of the normal salary?
Yes,
Okay. So the only line item we have is overtime.
mhm.
Okay.
When before, everything just came out of the payroll budget,
Mhm.
before we added the,
How does, I'm trying to think of this, maybe I answered my own question. Vacation carried over is just part of the salary, so it wouldn't be, okay.
Vacation's
He's
not
either,
carried
he's either
over.
gonna get paid for work, they're gonna either get paid for it, or it's gonna be paid out. Okay,
And I'm,
well, PTO
If-
is, sickness and stuff.
yeah, that is, vacation,
Yeah, I just
they
meant,
have
I was
to
just
have
trying to
all
think
their
of how that
vacation
worked.
used by the end of the year.
So they either use
I
it this
believe
year
1
and
week
don't
can
work
be
for
paid
it,
out.
or they work and get paid, and then they just take it next year. So it doesn't affect our payout, it just. Okay. I'm done.
and like she said, they can the maximum they can get paid out for is a week.
Mhm.
Right,
So they have to use all of it but a week, and then they can also get paid for a week
Mhm.
and work. See what I'm saying?
mhm.
That way we don't screw the budget up too bad.
Yeah. We could even lower that number if you want.
We don't care about that, do we?
Days or something,
Screwing the budget up?
either way.
It's already screwed.
I don't, there's not too many people that don't use their vacations.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Okay, MVH, what's that standing for?
The streets.
Don't walk in front of the camera.
There he is. We just got done talking about all
What does
your
it say,
stuff.
MVH?
NVH is streets.
I know,
I was driving around the trailer park looking for a wanted person, he walked out
Okay.
right in front of me. So,
So, yeah,
he went to jail.
yeah.
All right.
Since Steven's here,
Mhm.
I know the concern with Roger was about the car. Can we explain to him what we were talking about, how you said we would be better to wait for 1 year with the Durango? And,
Yeah, the lit money, right now, we're at almost 57,000. If I wait, and that's through June, so 57,
So when is the lit money going to be available?
well, I can appropriate next year, but it's gonna go away in 2028. We're gonna get it next year in 27 too, but it's supposed to be reduced. So if I just keep banking that money, that would be able to, I could take, like the Charger, that cost us 50,000 when we bought it.
Right, I just don't wanna get too far off of our,
alternate.
our two-year,
Mhm.
because if we hold the Durango for a whole year, then we're either gonna have to hold
Cause we got the Durango
2 years ago.
after the Charger.
so 5 years old.
The Durango is 2021.
Okay,
So
So it's ready.
we got the Durango first,
okay.
and then the Charger, and we're supposed to be on the Durango now. My only, because before, the way we done it, we ended up having vehicles for too long, then we didn't get good money out of them when we traded them in.
That's right.
I've been told we pretty much already got the Durango sold.
Yeah,
As soon as we're ready, they'll buy it, the
Who?
sheriff's department.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, they're buying.
Yeah.
As soon as everything's set for us to get a new one,
been talked about on that already? No, just an agreement?
That was just between officers, our officers and their
Oh,
officers.
okay.
Hey, make sure you let your council know that we want that when you sell it.
Okay.
So, I'm just worried about getting too
So-
far off schedule, because
Okay.
then that pushes the charger back
So do you want to
also.
appropriate, cause do you want to appropriate for the Durango out of budget? We don't wanna wipe out that fund.
No,
I understand that, I do. So we either need to budget for a vehicle, or plan on appropriating money for a vehicle,
Okay. It would
right?
be-
The way
Yes.
you're looking at it now with the low mileage on that Durango, you'll get a better trade-in value for it as of now, because it's only got 40-some thousand miles on
okay, as long as it's under 100,000, it should be.
it. So we'll get a good trade-in value for resale value when we sell it off.
I know when I was in there, that's the one thing we always looked at was keeping it good enough where it was worth something when we got the new one, you know, to help out with the new vehicle coming in.
Right.
So when we get the new one, do we have to advertise the sale of the Durango and take sealed bids?
We'll have to ask Sandra,
That would be a Sander question.
but I'm thinking that we've done it before interdepartment, or between departments, and we didn't have to,
Okay.
because it was going to another police department. If you were selling it outright, but we'll ask Sandra, because she'll know the answers to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
good question.
so
So you're saying there's 40,000 miles on it,
Yeah,
and it's basically 5 years old?
yeah.
So it's 8,000 miles a year. So you can cut that, am I doing my math wrong again?
So how about,
It wasn't drove for a good while.
let's see,
Okay,
I have my meeting with Robert a week from this Friday.
okay, so with Robert, let's see about budgeting 60,000 for a vehicle. Is that about right?
Yeah, it'd be.
And then if he says that's gonna screw you, don't do it, then we'll go back to the appropriating from the other one,
Okay.
from the lit tax. See what I'm saying?
Oh, so you don't wanna take this out of the lit
If we
money?
don't, if we don't have to,
If we
because,
don't have to.
because we don't know,
yeah,
we don't know all the rules on that money yet.
Well, I know I can get a police car with it.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I do know that. And I can also get fire hydrants. Because it was questioned, I was told, no, you can't do that. And so I just sent a email up to the State Board of Accounts. Because I found a line item in one of the ordinances that they sent to us. And they said, absolutely, you can use that for upgrades of fire hydrants.
yeah.
Okay, so,
Which is something that we do need
yeah.
pretty badly. We've got a lot of hydrants that are below par. I've got the list. If you, I don't know if you still have it somewhere. I can get you a new one.
Probably could find it if I needed to. There's a pile of stuff that's somewhere.
so you said 60?
You got a stack file, all of those, stack file, you stack everything on top.
So I would like to plan to
Three
use
copies.
some of the lit money for hydrant upgrades, but let's see what happens here first.
Okay. If he said this is a go, because this will put them,
Do we think that's a bigger issue than water treatment plant, sewer treatment?
Well, you can't use that lit money for that anyway.
no,
That's for police and fire operations.
Gotcha.
okay, so I'll add the 60,000 for the police car, so that will put their budget for 2026 at 313,850.
Now, what was it the last time?
Last time, I've got all the old budgets for 25. For this year, their budget was 242,150.
Okay, what was it the year before when we bought a vehicle? That's what the years that we bought a vehicle is what we
Let's
should
see
compare that to.
here. Yeah. Hang on. Okay, we bought that vehicle. And if you look, here is budget projections and prior expenditures. It's in your packet. And this will go back through 2020.
Okay, yeah.
And it tells you, what the budget was when we done the car, if I can find it. They have these all mixed up. And it goes by their categories.
What's the title on that page? Budget what?
Budget projections and prior
Police
expenditures.
vehicle.
It's actually called police vehicle? Oh, yeah. 40,000. But do you have a place where it shows the total budget for that year?
It should have it. Why does it not have? Budget projection. It doesn't have it on there, but I can find out. Okay, so 2020, we didn't get one. 2021. Would that have to be the Charger? When did we get the Charger?
So the 2021 was the Durango,
Yeah, 29,000, because we couldn't believe it.
yeah. And then 23 was the Charger.
Okay.
The
And it
Dodge is
was
still the
40,000.
cheapest.
Mhm.
Dodge
Yeah.
is still the cheapest.
Yeah, because I printed out some things for Roger about some of the order forms and Fords getting a little more expensive than what the Durango was at that point in time.
Is the last page the total budget at the bottom?
Yes, but you can't, it's got water and sewer. There's no way you can take water and sewer off of that, you know, to run this report.
Yeah.
So it's got water and sewer on there because I've never been to 2 million, but,
Well, my opinion, if you guys agree or disagree, is that we try to put that 60 in the budget and see what happens.
okay.
If it doesn't work, if he doesn't think it's gonna work, then we won't entertain that no more, but
Okay.
I know that's gonna bump it up quite a bit. But I got a feeling with that 40,000, that year that we done the 40,000, it was probably really close to 300,000. Because
By the time we
'Cause the
put
payroll was-
everything in it and stuff,
the payroll was the same,
yes.
but then it is as it is now.
The 60,000, that's having the car fully with lights and everything.
Right, I don't wanna get the same mistake where we had last time where we got the 40,000 for the vehicle, and then we had to hodgepodge, she had to move money around and
Yeah,
this time it'd be
Roughly,
encompassing.
What I printed out for Rod, and it might be a little bit less than that, depending on how stuff goes, is the package that comes on that Durango, the order form and all that I filled out, is roughly 54,000, so that'll loss us to $6,000 to get all the lights and everything else put back in it.
Is
Is
that
that
enough?
enough?
What's that?
6,000?
Yeah, is that enough?
I was thinking it was over 10.
It was real close to 12, I think.
Well, if you're counting the message board, that message board was quite a bit too when they put the message board in. We don't have to allot for that this time because we're taking the message board out of that one and putting in the new one. So we're keeping the message board, so that'll take down some of that money.
It's close.
I don't wanna push our luck too much. Let's start with the 60 and that give us roughly 6,000 to 7,000 to start getting stuff moved over, and if we need more, we can appropriate a little bit out of the miscellaneous equipment fund.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah, I do. That sounds
Yeah,
close.
I mean, if we can get it, let's get it.
Hopefully
Okay.
we can come in with a lower price on the vehicle, maybe.
All they can do is,
That's what we're hoping. So
all they-
the-
worst they can do is say
where I
no.
get the pre-order form from is
And so
actually
do you
from
wanna
Missouri,
hold
so
off
it's probably
on
a little bit more expensive over there.
Me getting money for the lid? Do you wanna wait till budget time next year for fire hydrants, or,
I think
cause I have to.
I think on the
create a-
fire hydrants, the longer we're able to wait,
Okay,
the bigger project we'll be able to do
okay.
at
Because
once.
my understanding is, I found out today, when I when I make up the appropriation numbers for the lit safety, I have to associate one like police car after it, and then the other one would be fire hydrant,
I see.
you know.
You have to tell them what you're using it for.
Yes, yes, and then that's the only thing that it can be used for.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Was there anything that you were concerned about in here, Vanessa, that you,
No, not really. Before adding the police car, I was able to use, this piece of paper that I made copies of it for you, for trees, street paving, machinery and equipment, for the new mower that they're wanting, the sidewalks, and then the REH. From last year's budget to this year, that I had everything figured out, I was only $83,000 over. So I thought that was pretty good to add all of this stuff to make sure I had enough money
Yeah.
and everything. Cause the insurance, the health insurance went up for next year. So, but, I mean, I've went through and looked at, budgets from past years and everything and stuff. If you look on, like the clerk treasurer, I have it broke down at the side for my notes, and then that way you guys could see it too, about the wages and stuff.
how far back was that one? Is your stack, oh, I see it, never mind, I got it.
Yeah, it goes RBT, rainy day, and then the clerk treasurer. It's like the third one down.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that, and then I also put a page in there that has what each employee was making this year. And then I done 2 charts of 2 different percentages. And I went with the 3% like we did last year. What is that?
What's this one?
No.
Is this one you're still talking about, the budget estimate?
Yeah, that's the budget estimate, but I had a paper, I thought. that
Is it this
had-
one?
No.
2023.
It has, it's a list of all the employees.
This right here?
How we got?
Yes, that's it.
That's what you're.
It should be in everybody's packet.
Right there.
I didn't get it.
Under your elbow.
Oh, I had my elbow on it,
Huh?
had my elbow on it. I do wanna say one thing.
Okay.
So I am here just, giving suggestions and helping out. That's why I ask
Yeah.
both of these guys if they're okay with the suggestions that I'm making. Ultimately, it is their decision because, per state statute, I am on the Fire department, I do not have a vote, but I do have a pretty big voice, and it's hard to shut me up sometimes, so,
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
I might have said
Anyway,
something in
Dwayne.
my
sorry.
packet.
For,
want
for,
this?
if there was anybody
Vanessa,
watching
you need this?
that didn't understand
You
why I
need
had
that
so much to do with it.
For something, or, I mean, that's,
No, I'll share with him.
that looks,
Okay, so up at the top, okay, I put, in the right-hand corner, that's what, the 2025 health insurance, the $475.70, that is per week per employee. Next year, it will go up to $503.80 per week per employee. And then this 25, this is what everybody is making. And then I put it down here, and I done it at 2%, or I done it at 3%. I went with the 3%.
yes.
Mine, I figured in like the weekends, the Saturdays, like for junk days and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I went with mine, because up here, I'm mapped this year to 1880, and next year it's just 52 even. So, if you have any suggestions on any of that.
We could probably take like 50 out of that one to pay for a new car.
Yeah.
Just
But
as
I
a
did
just
break
as
it
a
down.
donation.
I don't have a problem with it, Matt. Do you have a problem?
I think it works.
So like, okay,
Maybe.
so like on the general
Dwayne, I don't care
police,
about
on your budget estimate, on here, the clerk treasurer, MVH, I have their names, the breakouts, how I figured it and everything. And also I did it the same way for the health insurance, on how much it was going to. And like my wages, it comes out of, the clerk treasurer, water and sewer, as the council is, and then the police strictly comes out of police. The street is MVH, water and sewer. Billy Ross, his, only since he is the water sewer superintendent, his wages does not come out of any of this, it only comes out of water and sewer.
I have a question about the trees.
Uh-huh.
I know that we ran into some things where, the trees were just minor, one tree can cost like 10 grand. Is that 17.5 for the whole,
For next year,
for
for all
next
the
year?
trees,
And
yes.
have we already got a plan for the trees, the
The-
specific trees?
There was quite a hefty list on trees. In fact, the tree trimmers are in this week. They finally came in and showed up. So they're working on it, on the trees now. So, I talked to the guys, and they told me that there wouldn't be as many trees next year to come down.
Okay,
The
okay.
ones that are coming down now are hollow, rotten. They need to come down.
Yeah,
So they've took out quite a few trees the last couple of years, so we should be in pretty good shape for that.
big trees too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this,
Huge, tremendous.
Magnificent.
so the only equipment that they've asked for, that the guys have asked for, I'm sorry, I'm not, just, I'll be interrupting by a bit, is the mower, right? That's the only equipment they're asking for.
And
So far.
this one here, Rick has already gotten bids on everything, on 3 different ones.
here.
And this one will be used quite a bit on the wells because it has a bigger, what do you call it?
Deck.
Attachment that,
Mower deck?
mower deck, yes,
More deck.
yes.
So what's
What brand?
It's gonna be a
this
Bobcat.
and this, same thing?
That's the cheapest.
No, they're two different, so this is for the mower and this is for
Just
No.
Something
okay,
else.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
that
think so.
they're
I
the
think
same
that's
number,
what it
that's what,
was. It's been a while since I looked at them, but I think it was.
it's a
I think
nice
it was
mower.
Bobcat, cause that's what they got in
That would
their
be a very
mini
nice mower.
excavator, is Bobcat.
Better be,
I don't, I think that's just covering, I don't think it's
yeah.
all that, but.
Well, I know we're not done here yet, but Vanessa, thank you for putting all this together.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Yeah,
And like I said, we are, it'll be at our next town council meeting, and we'll go over it again to make sure, but there'll be a public hearing. Yes, there'll be a public hearing on when for the budget. It's in September, first part of September. I can't remember the date. But I'll find out, with Robert next week to make sure that that is all good, and because it has to be so many days from the adoption, and then that's when I have to have all three of you here. Dwayne will have to abstain, but you and Corey will have to vote on it.
We're doing it before the board meeting, regular session.
No, not the way it fell. No, it'll be a different day. This paper here. Yeah, this is all the funds that do get appropriated or budgeted. Beginning, the first column is the January 1st of this year's beginning balance of each one. Receipts, January through June the 30th. Disbursements out of there, if there were any. And then the June 30th ending balance is to your far right. So the lit public safety right now, we're at 56, 513, 52.
So then it should be right around 114,
Yeah,
110, something like that.
yeah.
So, the only one that's not mathing
What's that?
in my head is the MVH.
Mm-hmm.
Does that look funny to you?
You mean the amounts?
Yeah,
That's
How
what
it
it is, but it's in the general fund,
okay.
yeah. And there is, I know there is going to be, because see, like when I get them
You
funds
see what I'm saying?
monthly,
So all the other ones, you can
yes,
follow it,
all of these funds
but the MVH one
are
I can't follow.
within the general fund,
Okay,
yes. That's what supports the budget.
what are you looking at, Dwayne, MVH's?
so how it started out at 56,
Yeah,
and then there was 75,000 worth of receipts, there was 79,000 for disbursements,
Mm-hmm.
and then the total is, that's left in that, but left is
Yeah, I see what you're
52,000.
saying.
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That just kind of,
I know, it is a little confusing. And this fund report, this might make more sense. Cause see, like the general fund right now, the current balance as the end of June was $754,959.36. And all of these funds that are listed here at the top are all in the general fund. And there's like a percentage that Robert calculates and everything, and he tells me whether it can be funded or not,
let's see,
yeah. And that's what the meeting is next week.
okay.
Like I said, the water and the sewer, they are self-supporting, self-funding, so they are not appropriated. And they were supposed to have our revenue amounts out today, but they didn't make it.
Okay.
So
Are we,
I have to still enter them into Gateway, but
So I guess the only thing that we really haven't talked about is the REH. So are these numbers based on the other board, the Park and Rec board coming to you and telling you numbers? No.
no. Corey did send, me a paper, and I was gonna make copies of that, and I forgot it. But they had like different things, like the floor,
Mhm.
how much it was gonna cost, the painting on the ramps or something inside there. Do you have it?
How did I do that? Text or?
So
I think you emailed it to me. Yeah, you did.
I was just trying to make sure we had a basis on,
And, okay,
on
so
how we
like-
come up with these numbers.
Okay, I just kind of, guessed a little bit, like the park. This year they were 9,000,
Mhm.
I bumped them up 1,000,
Okay.
at 10,000. Okay, so the next one is the CCD, building improvement, I put 5,000 in there. And that way we shouldn't. Rick put up his new building and everything down there. I don't foresee us having to use any of this money, except if we need it for the REH Center.
Okay. Okay.
And I bumped ours up, that very last one, the CCI, the REH Center, that was our line item, and I bumped it up to 12.
Okay.
So that gives a total of 72,000 in case they need it for something. Which I know the flooring, and there was some other projects listed on that paper.
yeah, the flooring was over $100,000.
Which reminds me,
Trying to figure out
we
where
need
this
to,
is at.
probably need to bring up in the board meeting, the monthly meeting, about the 6,000
Yeah,
that was allocated. We need to get that fixed.
we
What-
can't use it.
Why, I understand that.
Yeah, and that's what we've tried to explain to,
Because it
The
was,
REH board.
because it was earmarked for a very specific task.
for a specific thing. Yeah, so some of the projects that you had on your list can be done with this.
And that's great. I'm glad you have that. I was just wondering how we generalize these numbers. It was just,
It was, some of it is.
Because I know we-
a guessing game.
I guess mainly because we had talked about, we really need the board, the park board, to get with you, which I guess they kinda did with that, right? Is that what that is?
No, Corey sent me that from the REH board.
No.
But yeah, I told them we had a deadline and, it was, I don't think we had got, anything had been given to you.
No,
And it was like the night before, like, she got it to me, I sent it off to you, and she had it. So this was presented to them as, give me your wish list,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, okay. Doesn't mean we're gonna get it, it's just this is what we're looking to do.
Right.
And that one threw me off, but I'm pretty sure, the gym floor, I think we've got grants coming in to help us with that.
Good deal.
So,
Well, they-
I don't know what the numbers are gonna be though, so that was the,
Well, they are having a,
yeah, I'm not worried, I'm
Fundraiser
not sure about all
on
that.
that.
Some
festival?
sort of hog raffle, half hog or,
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't been to the last one and then they canceled this month.
But, you know, these packets are yours, you guys, you can look at them, study them and everything. That way, if, when it comes to the next, the public hearing, and I will let you know at the August meeting what date that is. I told you last one, but I forget what it was. Then you can, you know, study them. That way if somebody does come to the hearing and they ask questions about it, then you guys will be fully prepared.
So, I don't mean to go backwards on this, but
Mhm.
this paper here,
Mm-hmm.
what do you, these are where you're pulling the money from? Or?
Yes,
there's-
each one of these is like the appropriations. After I go through each, group,
Gotcha.
then I made my list of, I went back through and say, okay, this appropriation, that's MVH, that's RBI for trees.
I guess what I'm asking is, on this REH center, why are we pulling from so many different line items? Or what are you telling us with those line items? That's where that's what,
Yes, that's where,
potential, or,
that's where we can pull from,
okay.
yes.
But this hasn't been approved yet.
No,
No.
this is just, cause that could end up being spent on something else before we get to REH, is that what you're telling me?
It has to be building improvement, is the only way it could be spent. And I don't foresee us getting any more new buildings or anything.
Yeah.
Doors or anything like that. That's what
Really,
you're-
how, that's a different conversation, I guess, for a meeting. Okay. Well, I didn't see anything that needed. I guess the only thing would be the Durango.
Yeah. Because after looking at it, we've already kind of missed a year on that. We'll be getting one in the third year. Because we've had it since 23. We should have done it this year. Which, that's fine. This year, we were messing a lot with the,
Are we doing, shoot for the 3%, is that what we're doing?
yeah. I don't see any problem with that.
And then, like I said, the health insurance is this next year. And then I believe the board will go into negotiations with the Teamsters again
Okay.
for another contract.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes, it
You got anything else,
does. No, no.
Mr. Taylor?
Nope.
Vanessa? Anything from the public? I will make a motion to adjourn the July 15th budget meeting at 7:04 PM.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.